you pay attention it, that consistent hum, that by no means ending buzz within the heritage of your lifestyles, it's the sound of the whole thing pulling at you, the alerts, the expectations, the limitless circulation of comparison, the anxieties about what you are now not doing or ought to be doing. It's a continuing tide, threatening to brush you away, to drown out the quiet, insistent voice in you, the one that whispers or sometimes shouts, which you are able to so much more. We're all status at a turning factor right now. One course is simple, familiar. It's the present day that just incorporates you along, no effort required. But the opposite? That path demands something of you. It needs courage. It needs conviction. It needs a willingness to step into the exhilarating, terrifying unknown of your personal genuine strength. This isn't always about chasing fleeting success. It is approximately unlocking something profound, something inherent in each single one of us, something that echoes inside the quiet defiance of people who dared to actually reshape the sector. What is it, honestly, that separates the dreamers from the builders? It's now not some hidden magic, no longer a skills reserved for the lucky few. It starts off evolved, continually, together with your attitude. Close your eyes for a moment and photo Thomas Edison, not simply as an ancient figure, however as a person in a lab, staring down hundreds, then thousands, of tries that did not work. Did he see failure? No. He noticed illumination, a flicker of light, in every melted filament, every spark that died. Each one was a lesson, a whispered mystery approximately how not to build a light bulb, guiding him towards the leap forward. His lab wasn't a graveyard of shattered hopes. It became a tireless engine of gaining knowledge of an area in which every unmarried setback was certainly facts, a signpost guiding him closer. We are, oddly enough, our personal guards. We permit that little voice of doubt creep in, that insidious whisper that tells us we're no longer enough, that the mountain is just too steep, the dream too massive, the chances too stacked. This inner chatter, this quiet battle waged within your personal mind, that's the first actual and maximum vital battlefield. If you allow worry to write your tale, if you surrender to the heavy inertia of what's, then the surprising blueprints of your capacity will for all time remain locked away, mere shadows on a forgotten wall. The first actual breath you're taking towards something fantastic, anything absolutely transformative, need to be an aware decision to sculpt this inner global, to turn your mental landscape into fertile floor wherein challenges aren't brick walls, but urgent invitations to innovate, to bend fact on your will, to redefine what you as soon as thought not possible for yourself. This is not approximately blind optimism, no. It's about a deep, essential recalibration of your internal compass. Know how that buried within each single war, each single hassle, lies the seed of a good more triumph, ready to sprout. And from that fertile ground, from that carefully sculpted, internal international, a few component powerful begins to bloom, an unshakable notion. Not simplest of vague desire, not most effective a passing wish, however a bone-deep, visceral conviction on your innate potential to carry your deepest aspirations to existence. Think of Andrew Carnegie, a child from nothing, who constructed an empire of metal. He did no longer simply wish to achieve fulfillment. He knew it, with an absolute reality, so long as he poured each ounce of his being into the attempt, with foresight guiding his every step. He understood that real wealth, some distance past virtually money, is a right-away stop result of the rate you create. And to create tremendous value, you have to first very own and path. We just float, permitting the tides of circumstance to dictate our direction, in place of seizing the helm and placing a precise bearing. Imagine a mind-blowing ship, powerful engines, however no rudder. We're given significant energy, yes. However, it's only a toy of the sea's whims. Our lives are no one of a kind. To honestly achieve whatever of lasting significance you need, to first outline it, no longer just normally, however with meticulous, vibrant detail. What is authentic fulfillment experience like for you? What gnawing problem continues you up at night time, compelling you to act? What indelible mark do you yearn to depart on the world? This clarity isn't always just about checking a field. It's about know-how, the very essence of your goal, its profound implications, the transformation it's going to bring about, each inner you, and within the expansive tapestry of the sector. It's about seeing the cease from the very beginning, now. Not as a static photograph, however, as a living, breathing vision that ignites every fiber of your being and fuels an almost fanatical, joyous pursuit. And with that blinding clarity comes a profound revolution for your attitude. You start to see the arena no longer as a set, immutable issue, but as a malleable canvas, understanding that the constraints you perceive right now are simply temporary. Shadows, not everlasting, unyielding partitions. Think of Henry Ford, not just a man who made automobiles, but a visionary who looked beyond the easy horseless carriage. He predicted an innovative manufacturing procedure, a system that might make non-public mobility reachable to absolutely everyone, fundamentally remodeling society. He checked out the winning inefficiencies, the cumbersome methods, and didn't see insurmountable barriers. He noticed gaping opportunities for radical innovation. This angle, this essential shift in how you interpret your reports, is the very lens through which you filter reality, and it dictates your emotional reaction to each twist and turn. When setbacks unavoidably hit you, do you shrink back, seeing them as crushing disasters, or do you dissect them, seeing beneficial data factors guiding you towards a better, smarter answer? When confronted with overwhelming adversity, do you retreat into the shadows, or do you embody it as a crucible for boom, and pressing invitation to forge new strengths inside yourself? This, my buddy, is the thrashing coronary heart of the entrepreneurial spirit, no longer constrained to boardrooms and balance sheets, however alive in each aspect of a lifestyles in reality lived. It's the almost magical ability to reframe challenges, to unearth the hidden benefits buried inside the maximum tough circumstances, and to grasp that the maximum breathtaking triumphs often spring from the innermost, most surprising struggles. It's about spotting, with absolute truth, that every trouble supplied to you is a profound and some pivotal moment. You need to flow, you should build, you ought to create, you must start. The paralyzing worry of failure, that insidious whisper, that tells you to live secure, to remain tethered to the familiar, cushy seashores of state of no activity, is the silent killer of goals. But every single high-quality achievement, each monumental shift in human records, began with an unmarried, audacious step, a defiant willingness to project into the sizable, unknown territory of what lies beyond. Think of the pioneers of area exploration, those audacious souls who driven the very limitations of human information and engineering with each thunderous release, every mission fraught with unimaginable chance, yet pushed by using an indomitable, almost primal spirit of exploration. They did now not await ideal conditions to materialize. They created them through relentless iteration, via brave, unwavering execution. Action is the vibrant, pulsating bridge between the ethereal realm of goal and the tangible fact we inhabit. The roaring forge in which nascent thoughts are hammered and formed into simple, tangible outcomes. It's approximately embracing the glorious imperfection of the first strive, knowledge with profound clarity that the preliminary new release is rarely, if ever, the very last one, and that actual, profound getting to know takes place most efficaciously. Now not in principle, however inside the vibrant, regularly messy area of lived enjoy. The deepest, most agonizing regret isn't in failing, however in never trying in any respect, in never bold to place your maximum audacious thoughts to the crucible of the real international. So, I implore you, flow. Take that trembling first step, then the next, and the next. The irresistible momentum will construct, and the route, regularly obscured at the outset, will monitor itself, brilliantly illuminated, as you brave the inevitable. Inseparable accomplice to that profound adaptability is resilience. Life, with its brutal honesty, will absolutely throw devastating curveballs, gift seemingly insurmountable obstacles, and supply unexpected, regularly crippling blows. It's in those moments, exactly whilst the siren music of give up is loudest, when the temptation to absolutely surrender becomes almost unbearable, that your actual man or woman, your very essence, is laid naked for all to look. Resilience is not approximately magically heading off trouble. It's about your inherent, often unexpected capability to bounce back, to upward thrust from the ashes of adversity, and to emerge, basically, unequivocally, more potent on the alternative aspect. Imagine a powerful spring compressed beneath an almost insufferable, big pressure, but capable, upon launch, of unleashing that stored power with an explosive, impossible to resist force. That, my pal, is the very essence of resilience. It's the defiant refusal to be described by means of your screw-ups, the unwavering, almost stubborn notion for your personal innate capability to triumph over, and the sheer, raw grit to persist, to preserve going, even if the chances scream that the conflict is already lost. This is the first class that powered figures like Nelson Mandela through many years of brutal, unjust imprisonment, by no means, now not for a single moment, relinquishing his burning dream of a loose South Africa. He understood, with a profound readability, that real energy lies no longer in by no means falling, however inside the indomitable, almost sacred act of growing each single, agonizing time you fall. It's about meticulously developing an iron will, a steely refusal to break beneath the most crushing strain, and know-how, with deep conviction, that every setback, every wound, each reputedly devastating defeat, is simply a setup, a brutal it's. A surprising testament to the profound electricity of nonstop learning, of building upon present information whilst concurrently, fearlessly, hard its very boundaries, pushing the rims of what we trust to be true. You exist in an age wherein statistics, raw and unfiltered, is abundant past measure, but proper information remains tragically scarce. Authentic gaining knowledge of is not pretty much collecting records, now not about rote memorization. It's approximately synthesizing disparate pieces of data, information the complicated, regularly hidden connections between them, and then, maximum crucially, applying that newfound understanding to create significant, tangible, world-changing solutions. It's approximately cultivating a profound highbrow humility, a quiet acknowledgement that there may be continually, without end, more to find out, more to apprehend, and infinitely extra to grasp. The best innovators, the true visionaries, are almost universally the most voracious, the maximum insatiable novices, constantly expanding their mental frameworks, eagerly absorbing new insights, and fearlessly integrating diverse, from time to time conflicting, perspectives. Embrace, I implore you, the novice's thoughts, for it is in that open, receptive nation, unfastened from the shackles of preconceived notions, that genuine, breathtaking breakthroughs are observed. So, my buddy, what does all of this raw, unfiltered truth, mean for you, standing right here, now, at the very threshold of your own boundless ability? It matters that the profound power to sculpt your destiny, to really show up the life you envision, lies now not in outside forces, now not in condition, no longer in success, but deep inside the roaring crucible of your very own being. It way, cultivating an unyielding, nearly defiant attitude, fostering an unwavering, bone-deep notion, attaining a crystal clear, nearly blinding readability of purpose, and embracing a transformative, revolutionary attitude. It way forging an ironclad, unbreakable purpose discipline, taking decisive, regularly terrifying motion, training a profound, soul-stirring gratitude, embodying a fearless, fluid adaptability, constructing an indomitable, unbreakable resilience, and committing, with every fiber of your being, to a lifelong, relentless pursuit of mastering. This isn't some summary philosophy to be merely pondered in quiet moments. It's far a visceral, dwelling blueprint for how to sincerely stay, a powerful call to palms for folks who defiantly refuse to accept something much less than their absolute highest, maximum audacious aspirations. The world, this complex, stunning, damaged global, silently awaits your precise contribution, your audacious, imaginative, and prescient, your relentless, almost obsessive pursuit of the wonderful. Don't simply sit down again and watch the world change around you. Turn out to be an energetic, effective player in its very evolution. Become the architect of your own destiny, the fearless captain of your very own brilliant deliver. Steerage it with unshakable purpose and unwavering conviction via the big, tumultuous, but ad infinitum inviting ocean of possibility. The time for passive ready is over. The time for merely dreaming, for wishing upon remote stars, has irrevocably surpassed. It is time, now, to upward thrust, to construct, to create, to convert. If this message, this uncooked, sincere voice, has resonated with you, if it has ignited a fierce, unyielding spark deep inside your soul, then join us on this exhilarating journey. Hit that subscribe button, hook up with our channel, and allow us to explore, together, the boundless depths of human capacity and the limitless horizons of what we can truly achieve.